is a Sportland away sweatshirt.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, this is on purpose, too.
I should have.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Muscle Matters. I have everybody here tonight because this is going to be an awesome episode. We all have personal opinions. We all have different things to say about it. We're going to talk about the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. It's real popular. It's really what's going on. And we're going to call this show the Undisputed Champion of the World, Father Time. Be right back.
No, it's like
Hey, welcome back to Muscle Matters. We're going to go ahead. We got a couple clips we're going to jump into, so I want to go to the clips, and this is probably going to be one of the longer, funner episodes, and I hope you guys get an opportunity to tune in as people jump in and have conversations and let us know how you feel. We're going to try to really watch the screen so we can see what's going on. Let's go ahead and run a clip number 1. Now, this is the Tyson everybody imagined we were getting.
Well, I didn't imagine we were getting exactly this, bro, but at least some version of it.
Yes. This is what
I think the dude in the blue shirt was closer to what we got.
Yes. So we're just going to run into the clips, and we're going to go clips, and then we're going to actually go into the conversation. Let's go to clip number 2. Now, this is going to be an interesting conversation.
BK, what's BK?
I don't know what BK is. I don't speak modernism.
Watching it, someone had to watch it back to know that it was fake. I told you it was fake before it started.
Well, we're going to talk about Jake Paul's contracts, but you can obviously see that.
Dude, I'm not a Jake Paul fan. I can tell you that.
By round 2.
I mean, I wasn't before.
Let's go ahead and run to the next one because, like I said, by round 2, you can see that. Now, this is what we were led to believe. And if you look at the bottom, this is what we were led to believe. And if you look at the top, this is what we got. Now, I'm going to speak in a minute on what we were led to believe, and then we'll go back to everything.
Yeah. And
now, if you notice,
I want to know why.
Look at the one at the bottom, how good his legs look. And there's no knee brace.
Uh-huh.
And then you look at Tyson's legs at the top with the knee brace. Look how skinny his legs are.
Good point, bro. What happened?
We're going to talk about that. We'll probably lead off with that one first.
Notice I haven't said a word.
Yes. Now, number 1, we're going to come out the gate. And we got to remember, July, Mike Tyson lost 25 pounds, had several blood transfusions. He was medically pulled off an airplane, and he's 60 years old.
Bro,
I'm gonna call him 60.
About any of those things. You ain't gonna convince me that he shouldn't have beat Jake Paul.
No, this is where I'm going. At 60 years old, you don't recover in 4 months.
Just stay fake anyway.
I'm just thinking that, like I was saying, pointing out his legs. Ed, we talked about this. He didn't have any legs. If you look at the size of his legs in that video, and I think all those videos we were seeing were all videos before he got sick.
Yeah.
Because he said on the Joe Rogan show, I'm only doing treadmill. Yep. I'm not even sparring anymore.
Right.
So I think, like you said, the videos we saw, he's falling back on his heels. He still had a good pow, but that zap was gone. Right. So I really believe that at 60 years old, crawling off the bed, and I really think this is a match that would have been better served a year from now. Yeah. Because, like I said, at 60, you just don't recover.
Well, it also didn't matter because it was scripted anyway, so it would have had the same outcome.
We're going to come back to the script in a minute, but at 60 years old, and I think it was Netflix pulling out. I think Netflix was going to pull out.
Well, they kind of already did, like, during the show.
Yes.
Right? Because only half of us got to watch it,
Oh,
right?
that was horrible. We'll go to the screen. But you, like I said, so
Wink, wink, Netflix.
Right?
So, like I said, you got a 60-year-old man who is not recovered from surgery. Ed and I have both had incidents happen to us, and we both conversate on how
You ain't 60.
we're in our 50s,
That ain't 60?
but we
Well,
don't.
if
He's trying to add age to you, bro.
It's all right, but this is my point, and this is where I agree with Steve. And I only, I try to be a logical person, and I draw from my own life experiences. In 2023, my last major powerlifting meet, I still went in there. In my age group, I'm an American record holder in the squat, the bench, the deadlift. I killed it all. It was fine. A few months later, I started figuring out I have a little bit of a heart issue, and I had an episode. I had to go to the hospital. Came out. After all that, if I was in my 30s, recovering from that was probably easier. I probably won't ever compete at that same level again. Mm-hmm. Now I was skirting time a little bit. I was above the curve and at 52 to be doing things like that still, which is, I'm very grateful to God and everybody else to allow my body to do that. But that's where I can see that that's what happened to Tyson. I think he genuinely had a medical problem. I think the forces, the powers that be knew, and they were getting ready to pull out, and he was forced to complete the contract.
Yes.
They're like, okay, well, you're going to get the $20-40 million that we're going to give you, because if you don't fight, you don't get this money.
Yes.
Now,
Wait, if you don't fight or you don't show up to the thing because he didn't fight?
well, either way,
Yeah.
whatever. Either way, it's like whatever you want to call it. If you don't complete the contract, you don't get the money. Now, I don't think that Tyson needed the money, but if I have $10 million and you offer to me $2 million, I still want the $2 million.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Like I said,
Because I'm going to have $12 million afterwards.
Right.
It's like, it's not that it's the greed of the money. It's like, okay, and also, it's hard to stop being Mufasa.
I
Hard
wanted to
stop
come to that
being
one.
the lion that you used to be, and he's not, and that's okay. But it's like watching. To me, it was sad. It was like watching Jerry Rice in a Seahawks jersey.
And I was going to say, very few people remember Michael Jordan as a Wizard. Very few people remember Shaquille O'Neal as a Phoenix Sun or Boston
hurt
Celtics.
my heart to see Jerry Rice as a Seahawk.
But once again, that's the only way they make their money.
Right.
Like they're like Mike Tyson. What is the chance of Mike Tyson making $20 to $40 million overnight?
No.
But he's not. He's not broke.
Yeah.
he's
No.
not broke.
It's
but
easy for us to say, but that's $20
exactly.
or $40 million.
And I get it. And but the thing also for me, I think that it's more for him. It's what made him good. That we were just talking about that before the podcast started. That savagery that made him good. That little thing that not everybody else has. What made him destroy all those opponents? It's still in him.
Yeah.
You die
Well,
with it.
what was the bite in the gloves?
But
I think the biting the gloves, two things.
It was holding back, bro.
I think biting the gloves was reminding himself not to pop the kid
but no, he's done
Don't
it.
kill this
No,
guy.
no.
He's done it his whole career.
and frustration.
Yeah.
Well, with ears.
But
No,
he
he
did
does.
choose his gloves.
Yeah, he
but I
chooses
think it's
gloves.
reminding myself not to kill this kid. And number two, frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm now frustrated because I think when he started biting more in the later rounds, because as we were saying, his legs were gone.
His legs were gone in the second round.
So,
You could tell.
bingo.
If you know anything about boxing, we're not talking about the size of his legs. I'm talking about the drive to throw punches. The way you throw the punches, his legs were not there.
Yes.
They were not there. And it's hard the ability to think that way, your ability of a predator, your mentality as a predator doesn't go away.
Well,
Yeah.
look at
But
it this way.
the ability to be one does. That's
For-
what's sad.
for 30
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
I do.
30 years,
I
Ed,
do.
you and I were paid to jump off a bar stool and snatch somebody up.
Yeah.
Okay, for 30 years. When's the last time you actually got and were in a ring?
Bitch, years.
Yeah, bingo. So you go down to Eric and you crawling in there with one of those 20-year-olds. Your brain's going to still tell you, if I catch him, I'm
Yeah.
going to get him.
Yeah.
But that 20-year-old that's in there 5, 6, 7 days a week, he's going to run circles around because it's just like, it's like, oh my God, what am I? You're gonna have moments going, did I just cross my legs? Did I just really do that? You're gonna know what you're doing, and you're gonna realize like, oh my God, I'm doing this,
dude. I don't think maybe you could. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me that Tyson couldn't have still literally killed Paul.
I think in round 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Round 1 or 2.
In round 1 or 2, after
Yeah,
that,
but he was holding back in round 1 or 2.
no, it's just if people think that, it's like I honestly think after that medical stuff, if it had happened this summer, I agree with you.
Yeah.
In round 1 or 2, the old Mike snaps, and by 1 or 2, if he doesn't knock him out, he hurts him.
Yeah.
But now he's not whole. Physically, he's not whole. Now, yeah, he's sharp, and that's the cruelty of
Father
getting
time.
older, is that now I got all these tricks in my head.
I just can't catch him.
Now, but the ability to put him into
Execute,
motion
yeah.
is not there anymore,
I can't
which is
catch him.
backwards. When you're younger, you have all this vitriol and all this fire, but you get an older boxer that can kind of move around,
And he catches you with something you're not looking
catches you,
for.
and he's going to beat you because of that. But it's the turnaround now. It's like now
Well,
your physical ability diminishes while you have all these tricks in your head, but you're a step slower.
Well, we look at Big Foreman. When Big Foreman got his championship,
he was right there.
he kept telling him, the corner man, God, Lee, I always go blank on the kid's name that he beat up. But his corner man was Tyson's old corner man.
Right.
And he kept telling him the whole fight, he's setting you up, quit standing in front of him. He's setting you up, quit standing in front of him. He's setting you up, quit standing in front of you. And like you said, that old man just went 1-2.
Yeah.
And that's all it took. So, but at the same time, George was only 42.
Right, that's what I'm saying. George was in the middle.
Yeah,
like
he
that
hadn't-
point where his physical ability was starting, not gone yet.
Yes.
And the last thing that goes is your strength.
Yes.
And he muscled this way through that fight.
Yes.
That was it, because the kid was so stubborn. He wanted to muscle with George, and it's
Yes.
like, why are you doing that?
Yes.
And George, they kind of got even for the rope-a-dope.
Yes. Yes.
He gave it to the kid. And
Well,
it's
you,
like,
well, you look at
that's how it
Jake.
went. Yeah.
Jake got hit out the gate. He like stood in front of Tyson, and Tyson caught him with that one, and he took 5 steps back, and he's like,
Exactly.
nope. Nope. I ain't doing that
He's not-
again. Like you seen Tyson faint, and you seen him just like go, and Tyson was over there.
Here's my, everybody has an opinion, and to me, my opinion on that kid, I personally do not like him personally.
Yeah,
Now,
no, I can't stand it.
I can't
think
stand
he's a
him.
giant
He's
D-bag.
a fan manufactured D-bag.
Yeah.
Now, looking at him in the ring, he is maybe a mediocre beginner
at best.
professional at best.
Yeah.
He's maybe
He's an opening card.
He's
Well,
below-
that's why I said what I said.
to me, in all reality, looking at his skill, he's below a journeyman.
Yes.
A journeyman's a guy
Yeah.
that's actually pretty decent, but not decent enough to take. He becomes what do they call those? Gatekeeper.
Well,
Okay?
he's the
I
guy
don't think
that
this kid can even be that.
when you turn on the UFC fights and HBO Friday Night Boxing, there's nobody in the stands,
Right.
and there's 2 kids boxing. That's him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's average at best at that level. His mouth is what's a professional.
Now,
That's it.
I'm glad you brought
He's
that
an
up.
incredible marketer.
Oh, that's that.
Well, that's what he does. He's a social media. That's what, I
Right.
mean, he can. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about. I don't realize the target he realized he put on his back.
Yeah.
And beating Mike Tyson, because I'm going to bring up. You remember when Mike Tyson cried to Muhammad Ali?
Yeah.
About when he got beat up by Larry Holmes,
Yeah.
and he told him, "I'm going to get him back for you."
Now everybody wants to kill him.
Now, and he went out and beat the snot out of Larry Holmes, and he had Ali at his sidelines, and he told him,
Right.
that was for you, champ.
Right.
So now you got all these real fighters that are coming out going, hey, man, see me.
Exactly.
Hey, man, see me. You don't get to go up and beat up my hero.
The one thing, and as much as I don't like the kid, the one thing that I did, I watched the first 2 rounds, and I went and did something else, and I came back, and what came like at the 4th round I was watching. And the one thing that I did see, either his team or he realized, I need to cruise through. Because like you said, if he beats up Mike Tyson, he knew that he had to step back.
Lost audio.
What happened, D?
Okay, we're back.
Go back.
Yeah.
No, it's his mic.
We lost Ed's mic.
Jiggle your cord there at the end where the silver part is.
There.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. It's
Okay.
loose.
Am I here?
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
And like I said, I think he realized that if he continued or if he punished Mike or if he embarrassed Mike again.
Yes.
But it still happened. Now, that's the one thing that I'm going to give him some grace on. He kind of backed off. Like, okay, he kind of like, okay, this is not going how I thought it was going to go.
And he
I
tried
better
to
back
save
off.
face at the end.
He did.
With the bow.
Exactly.
But then he had his brother's mouth off.
Right.
At the very end. And I went, oh,
He should have got
sunshine.
slapped.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, they don't, like I go back to Mike Tyson with Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
He wanted to kill Larry Holmes for beating his hero.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you've got Mike is a gladiator to these youngins. They love Mike Tyson. I mean, that's
his reputation is still like he's still like.
Well, like I said, nobody remembers.
My
Michael.
opinion
What
is he's a good
What do
dude.
they call Michael? The former opponents and current. What do they call Michael Jordan?
Yes, the
Basketball
GOAT.
Jesus.
Yes, well, that's
Tyson is boxing Jesus.
Nobody. You got there's Ali and Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, legitimately, there's other great boxers, but when we talk boxing, we talk Muhammad Ali in the heavyweights and Mike Tyson in the heavyweights.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like.
And that's always been. I mean, when it's our senior show when they're both together and
Yeah.
oh, champ, who do you think when Tyson was in his prime, who do you think would have won? And he's like, I have to bow for the man here.
Yeah.
Ali. And it's like that's the one thing that boxers are. That's what I like about boxing, the purity of it, the sport. I hate boxing as an organization. They showed us that with the girl fight.
Oh my God,
Right.
I felt so bad.
Oh,
for
you
that
mean
young
because
lady.
yeah,
It was fixed.
Right.
Oh my God,
It was horrible.
I don't know how
The,
I
the
don't know
fight
how
itself was great.
No, the fight was great.
Yeah.
Now, yeah,
The outcome was
horrible.
Well, I also think
Again, the boxers I like. Boxers,
the young lady that got her eye split open, the one that we think won.
Yeah.
I think she needs a new coach.
You mean the one that did win?
Yes, I think she needs a new coach because and the reason I say this is when he told her in the corner, I don't know if we could continue because of your eye. And I saw the look on her face change from like a warrior to like, what's wrong with my face? Like, you remember when we worked at the bar and the guy threw the bottle down, hit me in the head, and by the time I got upstairs, I didn't want to fight the guy anymore because I was covered in blood. And I looked at you and went, hey, Ed, take care of that. I need to see what's going on with my face. So you've got a girl who's now going, what's wrong with my face if we can't continue to fight? I think that takes some of the steam out of her.
That's 6.5 a dozen. It just I think it should have been a little bit of both the other girl and that now.
And I don't understand how she won losing a point.
She did lose a point,
And that's how she won.
But for context, that's not so uncommon when a southpaw and in a standard stance fight, it's because their heads are already close to each other. Now that happens. Now the problem is when it keeps occurring and the fighter that's doing it, it's
Billy
like
Goating.
the first couple of times, okay, but then afterwards it's like, are you leading with your head
You're
on
Billy
purpose?
Goating on purpose, yeah.
You're doing it on purpose. And that's when I kind of agreed with the Puerto Rican girl's coach, that he was criticizing the other girl. But again, even that's part of doing business.
But I did think that
the decision was terrible.
Yeah, I did think that the one great thing that came out of this was it brought attention back to the sport, because for the last 20 years it's all been about MMA, UFC, right?
Yeah, but the problem is it brought that's the problem with boxing. Once you have something like that and then you have a decision like that, you figure out the problem with boxing is that it's so crooked. It's been so crooked for so long.
Well, because they do it by points, right? And it's like it's all kind of
and
subjective.
it's easy to buy. It's subjective, and that's a problem.
And it just depends on, what, like you said, Ed, you're leaving it to the judge, and you never know what the judge, and she was the champ. Like I said, I still don't understand. She lost a point.
That's a 10-8 round.
At
minimum.
At worst, that's a draw.
Yeah.
Straight across the board. At worst, that's a draw.
She should have lost the fight.
Yeah.
It was that was a terrible 10-8 round, and in a fight that close, that makes a huge difference. Huge difference.
Once again, that should have brought it down to a draw, not a unanimous decision.
Yeah,
because she did not win the majority of the rounds. That chick beat the snot out of her. For the like I said, up until she started worrying about her eye.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
And so now the fix is in.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many rumors out there, and when they say, when you yell wolf so many times, people start to believe there's a wolf out there. Mm-hmm. And so there's so many rumors out there of Jake's contracts being fixed on his side.
Well, no. One of the other guys that he fought detailed this contract that he wasn't allowed to do this, he wasn't allowed to do that. It's like, it's
not a professional fight. It's a professional word I'm trying to say.
It's not even that.
Exhibition match?
Yes.
It's not even that. It's vaudeville.
Yes.
It's entertainment.
Yes.
Thank you. I like that.
Entertainment. It's
I would agree
vaudeville.
with you, Ed.
It's a performance that mimics a sport. It's not. You get two guys that are fit and they go in there and they're performing a script. You talk about the NFL being scripted. This is scripted.
Yes.
This is not necessarily the blow for blow, but it's like, okay, you can't. I mean, you pull up enough clips of his fight, you can see the opposing fighter, especially if it's a pro. Like I'm not supposed to hit him with this punch.
Well, you even saw Tyson.
Tyson, and you saw what's his name?
The Fury's little brother.
Not Fury. Mayweather. When he fought Mayweather, Mayweather caught him with a hook
and held him up.
And
he fought Mayweather?
Yeah, that was in the beginning. And Mayweather was holding him up like,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mayweather was holding him up.
Exactly. And it's like, I don't want to lose my money.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's vaudeville. It's entertainment. It's not a real, the people, and I use this example the day of the fight. The people that think that was a valid boxing match are the people that go to the strip club and believe the stripper loves them.
I don't think that many people believe that.
You'll be shocked.
No, I don't think that. I think more people believe the stripper loves them. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I think I can count how many people believe that was a real fight on the number of hands on my head.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, we'll go back to this. Tyson's not a boxer; he's a brawler.
Yeah.
And if you tell a brawler he's not allowed to knock you out, and now we're in the late rounds, and Tyson's just kind of like.
And remember, you text me, I think it was Friday, and we texted about the slap.
Uh-huh.
And you said, he's lost his power. Here's the thing. And you've seen, if you pull up old footage and interviews from some of his opponents, they'll tell you. And this is going to sound contradictory if you don't know much about boxing, but the guys with the experience will tell you, Tyson looks big, but he's fast. That's where his power came.
What makes him dangerous.
He wasn't going to stand flat-footed and knock you with his
jab. He's not Eddie Shaver. He's not George Foreman.
Right. But his power came from his speed.
Yes.
And if you see everything that Tyson did is and circular, bam, bam, because he's using his legs. He's punching you with his legs. So when you put him in a round in the ring and he is not, his legs aren't there.
Legs are gone.
It's not the same Mike Tyson. So it's not that he lost his power; he just lost his leg. He just didn't have the drive to use the power how he used to. I mean, it is textbook beautiful to watch him. His slips, back in the day, that was the most beautiful thing to watch because he would wait to the last minute to the slip, and he is at the closest possible position to destroy you because now all he has to do is rotate those legs, and that hand doesn't have to travel that far. Just has to do that, but it's all with this. Bam! And he's not that far from you, so he's going to rattle your brain.
And that's what, you looked at, the knee brace was the giveaway. Like in round one, I told Priscilla, I said, because we were sitting there watching together, I said, I'll know when he walks out, and I know the way he starts the round.
Yeah.
And the way he started the round, dragging his leg, I said, he's done.
Yeah.
And she goes, don't say that. I go, he's done. I said, when Mike is ready, he kicks his legs up. He comes out kicking his legs up because he drives with his legs.
Right.
And when he came out dragging that leg, I was like, ugh. So
it was a marketing thing from the beginning. Because Mike Tyson before would not show his butt. What the hell was that?
Rikishi? Iron Rikishi was in the house.
Yeah, what was that about?
I think that was just him going.
It was a joke. It was he did it on purpose. It was a joke.
Yeah.
It was like comedic relief. I'm like going, what the? Because if you hear Mike on some of these podcasts, he's actually got a pretty decent sense of humor.
Yes.
People are so afraid of him, but he's actually a pretty regular dude now.
Yeah,
now that he's medicated
he
and
smokes weed.
smokes weed and
pops mushrooms.
but he's a likable dude, and he's he's got one of these, and that's what makes it even more makes it. And then and then part of it was that he got taken advantage of. He was naive.
Yeah.
Got taken advantage of, did his time, came back out, had a terrible loss with his daughter. They lost the one young daughter. And then he kind of slowly started building himself back up again. And it's like, it's...
Well, you look at like somebody like Jerome Bettis.
Right.
Nobody liked Jerome.
Right.
All of a sudden, he's this great, funny commentator. And that's just Mike reinvented himself. And like you said, Mike's not broke, but where do you get an opportunity to make 20 or 40 overnight?
Right.
I just got to survive for 8
on
rounds.
And on that front, I don't blame Tyson for taking the money, for doing any of that. It's just sad to see the legacy. To me, and I know it's not in fashion, and a lot of people don't care about reputation and legacy now. It's all about being out there and extravagant, and nobody cares about morality and all that stuff. It just old school boxing fans. I did not want to see Tyson. You didn't see Ali doing stupid stuff like that.
Oh no,
Ali kind of makes you sad, doesn't it?
Ali fought past his prime.
No, a professional fighter.
Yes,
he fought a professional fighter past his prime, but he didn't go and make a sideshow.
But there was
out of himself.
But I'm going to play devil advocate. It wasn't available back then.
That's true.
Like if somebody would looked at Ali now, Ali I think couldn't have done it because we know the Parkinson's had set in and he had real issues later in life. I don't think Ali could have crawled in the ring. But you look at somebody like Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes would have got in there because these guys didn't know how to hold their money. They spent all their money. So if you would offer somebody like that late in life $10, $15 million, he would have been like,
right.
Where do I sign? I mean, $20 to $40 million overnight. That's enough for his kids to be okay. Because, like I said, at 60, you start worrying about different things.
Well, we know Netflix made a bunch of money.
Oh, man.
Because they didn't spend none on streaming.
Oh, my goodness. Watching that streaming service was like playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Right?
It was so pixelated.
Dude.
We watched it. We wanted the upstairs TV, the downstairs TV.
On the
well, we had to keep reloading it. Like
yes. I took the hard wire out the router, poured it into the back of the TV.
Put a coat hanger in there. You're like, I don't know what goes here.
Like 1970s, like, hey, boy, go hold the antenna.
That one of the kids standing on top of the TV.
Yeah, exactly. Remember when you were a kid, your parents would tell you to hold the antenna? Okay, don't move. But.
We'll see how they, at the risk of getting this video taken down, we'll see how they do. Because on Christmas Day, we have 2 NFL games. And then they're going to release the new show. The one with the Korean show. The game show where people die.
The Squid Games?
The Squid Games 2 is coming out.
I'm not interested in watching NFL on Netflix. That's not what I go to Netflix for.
But they got two NFL games that on Christmas Day, and Squid Games is going to come out. So let's see how they hold up.
Oh my goodness! Because like I said, we started upstairs, we went downstairs, I unplugged the router. I was like, something. I just assumed it was my Wi-Fi.
Because you don't definitely, you think boxing, you don't want the NFL customer base to come after you.
Because most people tune in this fight going, I hope Tyson catches him.
Right.
We didn't tune in thinking like, this is
a boxing match.
Yeah, we tuned in and
they tricked a lot of people.
Well, everybody, it's common knowledge that Jake writes the contract in his favor.
Right,
yeah,
that's out there. So we know that we all hope that Tyson would just go like this. Screw it, I don't need the money. I'm gonna knock this kid out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what everybody was just like. I'm hoping he just goes, bow.
Well, I do think that there's some, and I was sharing this with a friend of mine. I said, I think what you should take away from this is it was an incredible masterclass on marketing. And I said, you're gonna agree, and then not like that I've said it. But I said that whole thing, the whole from beginning to end of it, when it first started, it was a masterclass on marketing. The other one that was also a masterclass on marketing was the entire Trump campaign.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it comes back to that's what the kid does. He's social media.
Yeah, he ain't a good boxer.
He's like
not a boxer. Period.
Thank you.
I can't even put the words and call him decent.
No.
He's
that shiesty car salesman with the velour leather, the pants with the bell bottom pants. What can I get you in today?
What was that movie that they had the car salesman? Do you remember they had and it was don't tell the DJ what to play.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember the name of it.
But that's exactly what he's going to come to town.
Shady car salesman.
He's going to come to. He's going to sell you something. And you're going to try to figure out why is my car making this noise. Mm-hmm. That's the stereo. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
We'll turn it up.
Exactly.
Well, like I said, you guys got anything else you want to add?
No,
no.
To me personally, I love Tyson, and it was a little sad to see.
Yeah, I
now,
agree.
I'm glad that he got paid.
Yes.
Yeah.
He deserved it. He got paid. He put up with whatever. I'm glad that he got paid.
For the amount of money he got ripped off of in his lifetime.
But
He
doesn't
did.
it kind of make you mad at, I mean, I think we're all unanimous agreement. Jake Paul's a D-bag. We don't like him. But doesn't it make you sad that he was able to get someone to basically throw away their legacy?
Well,
I don't think
the
he
thing
threw
is,
away his legacy.
he
I think
didn't.
It's
He
just
didn't. It's just
Shaquille
more.
O'Neal when he went to the Phoenix Suns.
Right.
It's Jerry Rice when he was in the Seahawks. I need one more. I got to get some money real quick.
One more payday.
I need one more get payday. This
that's-
team is willing to pay me X amount of dollars to go play. I know my legs are gone. I know but I got one more $1 million hit to take. This is the money that's going to take me into the sunset.
I think Steve put it great right now. Is like that. It's great to see karma kind of take care of Mike.
Yes.
Because Mike got ripped off by what's his name,
Don King,
but
yeah.
Don King horribly, and that woman that he married.
Yes.
And her mother, and it's kind of glad to have him see it later in life, a little bit of payback and get his money, whatever.
A $40 million nest egg.
And a lot of people are going to agree to disagree, and we can do that. It's it's okay in this day and age.
Yes.
Believe it or not, to be able to agree to disagree and be able to coexist.
Yeah.
We should be able to do that.
That's what makes America great. We can stand on different sides, have
Should be able to do that.
different opinions, and go sit down and laugh about it over coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of coffee, is Kevin in house?
Covenant Coffee.
Yes. So throw that one in there real quick. If you're going to get some coffee, go to Covenant House.
Covenant Coffee, right across the street, Mohawk in California, or on North Chester. Longtime great sponsor of 511 Media Group.
Yes. So this has been our episode on Father Time, the undefeated champion of the world. We all think we're still great, but Father Time has a way of reminding us, sit down, sunshine, and go get your Social Security check. So this has been another episode of Muscle Matters. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Good evening.
Peace.